What is up, Facebook? I am Jocelyn Davis coming to you from Clever Headquarters with the woman, the icon herself, Shania Twain. We are live on your Facebook page on a huge day for you. Now is out. I feel like we need a round of applause from the audience here in our studio. All good things are worth the wait, and I have to say, your album is absolutely fantastic. You're wearing the gloves from the album cover, which I'm obsessed with. So
I'm in the spirit, man.
We're all. I've got my shoes on. I got to throw them into the shot. I dressed for Shania today. Your fans are so excited about this release. What does it feel like for you to have worked on something for so long and now to have it out there and be living in this moment? What does it feel like for you?
I'm relieved. It's finally here. It's been such a long time coming, and it's required a lot of patience. I mean, I wanted to do it years ago, and I just couldn't get my voice together, and then I had to, figure out where to begin in making this album, writing it myself. It just took a while, and I just feel like I'm just finally here. It's the best feeling ever.
And I know that your fans are just beyond excited. I have to read this one tweet that I noticed on your Twitter page. It actually says, it's from Alexandra, it says, wearing leopard print to work tomorrow may be a little bit inappropriate, but at Shania Twain releases her first album in 15 years, she doesn't care. Your fans have been rallying behind you and are so excited. Does their support mean something different to you now than it did maybe 15 years ago? Or what's your message for them?
Well, you know what's interesting? I'm feeling the support more now than I ever did before. And I think it's just more, I don't know, I guess I've missed what I do, and they're sharing that they've missed me doing what I do. And I just feel very welcomed back, and we're all excited together for the new music, and I just can't wait to hear what everybody's got to say about the music, and we're already hearing now. I mean, I just love this immediacy that we can
on social media, which is so exciting.
Chat to each other and exchange and have this conversation together live,
And all these people with us right now, the whole family out there joining us on Facebook, you all have been submitting a ton of questions. There are so many. Keep sending them in. And also, quick side note, you've got to keep watching until the end of the live stream, because we are going to be showcasing the world premiere on Facebook and on Vivo of your Swingin' music video. Any little tidbit we can share to keep people hanging on for the next 30 minutes? Come on, guys.
Oh, there are things. It's quite a sexy video.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, and I think it's my favorite butt shot ever.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I relish that these days.
You should.
I know. So I'm like, wow, I like my butt there. So that's in there. But whatever that means.
Honestly, say no more. I am in it to win it.
We gotta love our butts, ladies.
100%.
You know what? We gotta love our butts.
I agree with you. Okay, we're gonna jump into the first question. This comes from Scott. He says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about life right now?
I mean, I'm over the moon about life. I mean, life couldn't be any better. I love being a mother. I love being my age. I love being a wife. I'm loving being a singer again, finally, which is a miracle.
It's amazing.
It really is.
It really is. And I think so many people out there who are going through whatever their own personal struggle might be connect so much with you, and I think it's so inspiring what you've done.
Well, I mean, I draw inspiration from what I do, from writing songs, from singing songs. And when I couldn't sing my own songs, the wind was out of my sails, And so it is hard to describe how I feel being able to do this again. I'm just really grateful that you're all there to support this moment, this day, and to enjoy the music, with me. I've enjoyed making the record, and I'll enjoy getting out there on stage and doing it live.
So it sounds like on a scale of 1 to 10, you're at an 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe a 15.
Mega. I'd say times 10.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. This comes from Spencer on Instagram, who wants to know, how does it feel to be back in the spotlight with new music? Because this album you actually wrote yourself,
Yeah.
which is a first for you, every single song. And every single song just tells such a beautiful story. I feel like you're so transparent on this album, and that's really touching and incredible. What about, so with this new music specifically, what does it feel like bringing that into the spotlight?
Well, this is the most pure and honest, truthful album that I've ever written. And I think just writing, when you are writing alone, you're very isolated. You're on your own. You have no reference or no influence. Mm-hmm. So it's just going to be you and whatever it is on your heart and on your mind. And that's what went into this album. You know, just a lot of truth. It was really written more like a diary. So I really, and part of my therapy is sharing my experiences with all of you. And you know, it's just being able, it's like if you're sitting around with a bunch of friends and you're telling them what's going on and, you know, telling them the happy things, the sad things, and just exchanging. Mm-hmm. This is therapy.
It's very cathartic to be able to share how
is.
you're feeling with others.
That's it. So this is what I feel that I've done on this album, and it's been very cleansing emotionally for me.
That's awesome. All right, next question. Ingrid out on Instagram. This has got to be a tough question. I always never know how people like yourself answer this one. What's your favorite song on the new album and why? So maybe what's your favorite song in this hour right now?
In this hour. You know, my favorite on the album does change depending on what mood I'm in. The album's very diverse. So there are some days when Light of My Life is definitely one of my favorites anyway. Just I love the moodiness of it, and I love the fun spirit of the chorus. So that one sticks with me a lot. Poor Me sticks with me a lot.
Me too. That
Poor
really,
Me, yeah.
Woo, that hit me
Poor Me is
hard.
that's the bottom of the barrel for
Wow.
my self-pity moment, which I really wanted to capture on the album because I wanted to be able to express the full spectrum of this phase that I've been through.
Whole journey.
And, you know, it's okay to say, or to acknowledge and live in the moment of feeling sorry for yourself. Sometimes we just have to do that, you know?
Exactly, and that's okay.
It is okay. It's like, you know what, I feel really crappy right now, and I just want to put on a song that embellishes that. Mm-hmm. I just want to bring all that up and get it over with. And that's what Pour Me is.
And I love Pour Me Another. I was like, that is me. Yes, I love that. That was awesome.
That's you?
Very
That's
creative.
really good. That's funny.
Well, it has been me. Not today. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good right now.
At moments, at times, I think we all feel that way. But, and then I'm All Right is also, to me, that really is a very inspirational song. It just lifts me up and reminds me of how far I've come from dark places to, you know, to being in better places. So, but it just, you know, and it just depends on the day. If I'm feeling really emotional, or if I really need inspiration and want to feel happy. So yeah, it's all about a mood.
There's something for everyone, I think,
Yeah.
that at any point in their life. And again, you guys stick around until the end because the Swingin' Music video has a good butt day in it. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, next question comes from Jules on Instagram, who wants to know, what was the most enjoyable song on the album to write and why?
The most enjoyable song on the album to write. The most painful song on the album to write, and in its own joy of, you know, like in a I mean, it wasn't happy to write it, but it was emotionally just so strong. And that Soldier, the song Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
It was just, I reconnected so much with my feelings in that song. So I would say that I took a lot of pleasure in writing about that subject, about remembering how important it is to say goodbye to the people that you love in case it's the last time. You never know when you're going to see somebody again. So never take that lightly, and, you know, really relish that and take that last long hard look and remember that and all that. So, but I guess the happiest song, you know, moment in writing a song on that album was probably Kiss and Make Up. Mm-hmm. I just really love the feel of it, you know, just the groove and the happiness of that song is instant feel good.
I love that. All right, next question. You guys keep the questions coming in too, because we're going to be pulling some from you on Facebook. P.S. Can I just say how cool it is that now, maybe 15 years ago, we didn't have Facebook Live, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have all these amazing ways where fans could connect with artists. Have you just loved being able to do this now on this release and connect with your fans?
I love it. I'm loving access. I'm loving that we're just having this conversation.
It's happening right now, live on Facebook. It's incredible.
It is really cool. Just to be able to hear your comments, get your questions in the moment, and just chat back and forth. No, I love it.
Speaking of which, this is, we're on Facebook, so we're going to grab over here, pick up the piece of paper of some of the questions that are coming through from you guys as we speak. Lacey wants to know, what's up, Lacey? Thanks for hanging out. She wants to know, being a dog lover herself, how do you cope with being away from your dogs?
It is hard. I love my dogs so much, but whoever's at home with the dogs when I'm away, I get on the phone with my dogs, basically. I get it.
You do?
I do.
Do you do FaceTime?
That's what I was just going to
do FaceTime with your pups.
I FaceTime my dogs, and I haven't managed to get them to sit yet through FaceTime, but they're hearing me. They whine. They're looking.
So excited.
They're looking for me.
Where's Mom? Where is she?
And then I say, "Oh, we got to stop this. It's not fair," because then they get confused. They don't know where you are. But it's just so lovely to see them. And so I'm always getting that, and they hear my voice for whatever that's worth. But
I love that question, Lacey. Good one. Our next one is from Jacqueline. She wants to know, who inspired you the most in writing this album?
I would say there wasn't really a person that inspired me. I would say that what inspired me was self-searching, and it was a self-help process, if I'm really being honest.
So you inspired yourself, which is awesome.
I did inspire myself, but my son and my husband were my motivators. They were the cheerleaders, pushing me on when I would get a little, when any self-doubt would creep in. We need people to love us around us.
We
say,
really
no,
do.
you can do this. You can, and because I was writing it alone, I was very isolated, and it was difficult to find perspective and to even know whether it was any good or not.
Right, exactly. You want to ask someone else.
That's it. So anyway, so my family really motivated me through it, and it was just my own need for, self-help and the self-searching that really got me through it.
That's good for people to hear also, that you can inspire yourself to do something new through a journey like that.
Oh, completely. Like if I'm feeling bored or down, the first thing I do, one of the first things I do is I get creative, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I just go in the kitchen and I pull out pans and
You start cooking?
I just start cooking. I don't even know what I'm cooking yet. And I just make the recipe up as I go along. And I feel better already. And I do the same thing with music. I just start writing a song. I pick up the guitar and I just start creating. And I feel better instantly. So being creative is my therapy.
What's your specialty dish? Now I'm feeling hungry. That sounds
I'd have
amazing.
to ask my family. I mean, they love my gravy, my vegetarian gravy. My husband loves my casseroles, and my son loves my my pasta sauces.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Oh, hungry now.
And I do pretty good cakes too.
You do it all. That's amazing. All right, next question is from Jennifer, who's also with us on Facebook Live. What's up, Jennifer? Wants to know, what was the first song on Now that you wrote?
Oh, good question. The first song that I wrote on the album Now was, in a complete form, there was no one song. But I would say the two that I remember, Life's About to Get Good. There's 3 songs, Life's About to Get Good, Who's Gonna Be Your Girl, and Home Now. Were all sort of written in the early stages.
The same
yes.
time.
Yes.
All right, next question comes from Robin, and I think this is a great one. I've never met you until today. I've been a big fan of yours for many years, and I have to say, you are such an icon, but you're so amazingly down to earth and lovely and wonderful, and I think Robin's question goes along with that. What keeps you grounded?
Well, I like to keep in touch with reality, and that's, I think, the bottom line. I'm a do-it, yourself kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hands-on person. I like family time around the table. I would say family really more than anything. You know, house and a home really does that for me. I'm a nester. I like to forget, you know, who I am when I'm just doing my normal life things.
Exactly.
And it's not as difficult as maybe one would imagine to just be yourself.
Exactly, and I feel like from hearing about your nesting and your cooking, the holidays at your house are like amazing.
They are pretty fun. We all eat too much, which is great. That's what the
what you're
holidays are
supposed
for.
to do.
It's true. I work really hard over Christmas though because I do a lot of cooking, but the kids are cooking now. They're getting older.
That's
I
great.
know.
You
I
gotta
love
train them
it.
up. That's amazing.
It is. They're pitching in a lot now, so it's great.
One thing that I know your fans all over the world are really excited about is the announcement about your tour, the Now Tour. What are you most excited about with getting back out on the road, having that interaction with the fans from the stage and getting to meet them? What can we expect from the tour?
Well, I mean, you said it all. I mean, that's what I'm excited about doing, getting together with the fans. I would say that what's more exciting about this tour than anything I've ever done on stage is sharing the new music with you guys because, I mean, I haven't done that in so long.
Yeah.
And I love doing all of my you know, other music. And it's always a great time to get reacquainted with the older songs and with the fans, but new music just adds a whole other level of excitement to the whole thing. So I'm planning an amazing show. I'm not really sure what to give away yet because it's so early on, but it'll be fun. I'm going to make the most of it.
I wonder, I'm curious to know from you, what's it like looking out into the audience for that first time you play a song and seeing people singing along with you when you've never seen that on a new track before?
Oh, it's really awesome. The connection is, I mean, you'll never get that anywhere else. Imagine, where else would you get that type of unified communication, mass, everybody on the same page,
doing the same thing. It's a crazy connection.
Yeah, it's surreal.
Matthias wants to know, well, what I just asked, what can we expect from the tour? So I'm sorry I beat you to it, but shout out to you, Matthias. Up next we have Rob, who says, how many songs did you have to cut to get to the 16? Because I'd imagine you have a bunch, and they probably feel like all your little babies that you don't want to like let one go.
That is a tough moment making those decisions, but I'm always writing, so I've got hundreds and hundreds of ideas that I'm always collecting over the years. But I only focused on about 24 songs to write specifically for the album. I recorded 21.
Okay.
And I kept 16 on this particular album. So, yeah.
So maybe in the future we might get a few bonus tracks, possibly.
Oh, very, very likely.
Okay, good.
I'm already starting my next album anyway. I mean, I can't wait to get back in there. I've got so many ideas. So.
Oh, well, I'm excited.
I'm on a roll now.
This is great. Okay, our next question comes from Richard over on Instagram and has a good question. How did you pick the producers for the album? How did that process work?
Well, I chose the producers based on music that I loved, music that I appreciated from a production standpoint. I did some research there. It was, just pure research. Then contacted these producers, and based on those conversations of who was most open to working with me as a solo writer on the project, which not a lot of producers are. A lot of producers are very intent on being involved in the
writing
process of the writing and the progression of the writing. So. And I wasn't open to that because I really was fiercely independent with all of this. I needed it to be very pure and very honest and true and not diluted by anybody else's ideas.
Right.
So that narrowed it down right away.
Okay. That's good. We're chipping away.
Not everybody wants to work with that type of independence. So that really did narrow it down. And then also had to be really open to collaborating with me on the productions. And then that narrowed it down again.
Well, anyone who's not willing to work with this talented woman, I'm just like, what's wrong with you? But I can see what you're saying. Having that fierce, independent spirit, I think you can feel it when you hear the music too. And that's what makes it so honest and so pure. And so I think it's amazing that you stuck with that initiative.
I mean, everybody works differently, and a lot of producers don't really want to work necessarily with direction. They they have their own strengths and they want to roll with those strengths. So I was only really able to work with good collaborators.
Well, I'm still staring at your hands here. I have to point out,
believe I'm
she
wearing
is wearing the leopard print gloves from her album cover shoot. Do you understand? Oh, yes. Take a moment. Do you understand what you've done for leopard print over the years?
Well, you know what I love is that I always use faux print, like faux,
like a
faux
vegan,
fabrics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which I really love, and so I get to wear the print, and I always figure that the real coat looks better on the animal. But
I agree.
And you know, you can still wear the print. It's gorgeous. I love it.
I love it too. Obviously, like I said, I'm wearing my shoes. I can imagine at your concerts, it's just like animal.
Oh, there are leopard print things all over, spotted, no pun intended, in the audience.
Yes, girl, I love it.
It is kind of a running theme, and it is a lot of fun.
So we're getting close to the end here. Before we do wrap up in the next few minutes, though, have to remind you guys again, here on Facebook, as soon as we're done with this, you have to stick around because the world premiere of the Swingin' Music video is coming at you. And in case you missed the first part of this live stream, there's a great butt shot. Had to point that out. Shania herself said that.
I can't believe I said that.
That is a reason to keep watching. The Facebook people want what they want. Okay, so one more question here from Sheena on Instagram, who says, what's your favorite way to unwind when you're not working?
Hanging out with my dogs, cooking, just being with my family. That's what I love. I love down-to-earth things when I'm not working. I love watching movies and documentaries. That is one of my favorite.
Would you ever do a documentary project?
I think I would. I think I would. I would be very interested in that. It's very time consuming, so right now I'm focused on
You're a little busy.
doing, launching the record and then of course getting out there on tour. But that would be an interesting thing for me to do for sure.
Is there anywhere on the tour that you're particularly really looking forward to going back and connecting with an audience?
The funny thing is that when I'm out on tour, I feel like the audience is, I know it's a different city every night, but the spirit is the same everywhere I go. So it's almost like it's all one body of people throughout the whole tour. It's really hard to explain that, but I just feel I feel like I'm in people's homes when I go to their town, and that's what I do love about touring, is that I'm going to them and they're welcoming me to their space. So I don't know, it's just like going to a series of house parties.
Oh, I love that analogy. That's amazing. Okay, I'm going to read off our last question from Instagram. It's from Alicia. She has a good question. She said, if you could go back in time to 2002 and tell that Shania Twain something you know now, get it, what would that be?
Oh, what would I tell her? I tell her to have more fun.
Yes.
There's a song on this album called More Fun. It's like, don't wait for that. Like, just do that as it comes. When the opportunities come, have fun. I worked really, really hard in that period of my life. I'm sure that is a big reason why I'm sitting here today. But you gotta get. I could have had a better balance. I could have had a lot more fun, and I plan on doing it. And I'm going to make up for it now.
I like that. Fun is not overrated. I love that. Yes, a round of applause for that. Having fun is not overrated. I totally agree. Before we wrap things up here on Facebook, I just want to give you the opportunity to share any message you want to with your fans on this incredible day when you're releasing now your brand new album. And I hope you're just like relishing and enjoying this moment, because this is such a big deal and so exciting.
It is. And I mean, I guess the thing that I really want to say is thank you, because the support is overwhelming. I'm looking forward to catching up with all of you on tour and being in these moments together again. It will be like a reunion, because I know I've seen a lot of you out there already before in the past. But these are, with the new songs, it'll be a first for all of us. And I'm really, really excited about all of that, and I'm about sharing that with my son too. I want to drag him out there and share that with him. So I just want to say thank you. I want to thank you for just supporting me up through to this moment, because it's been a long road, and for being so patient.
It's
That's a big thank you. Thank you for waiting. Thank you.
And I think what's really exciting too is that now a lot of people will, like you're mentioning your son, so many people who have loved your music for years will be able to introduce an all new fan base to Shania Twain, which is so awesome.
Well, my son was just a toddler when I released Up, so he didn't even know.
He's like, what is my mom doing?
What's
going on?
He didn't even know what his mom did, for a long time. So now that he's 16, he grasps it all, and I will enjoy sharing all of you with him.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
This has been so fun hanging out with all of you guys on Facebook. Be sure when this video is wrapped to watch the brand new music video for Swingin'. I'm going to be watching it. That's what I'm going to do immediately following this. And congratulations to you, Shania. This is super exciting. And make sure to get those tickets for the Now Tour, because it is going to be incredible. And we'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Woo!
Thank you.
Woo, woo, woo.